This has to stop. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Spencer Van. Super excited to have you here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the biggest problem with this industry. Yes, I'm going to be opening up to you guys, being a little bit vulnerable, sharing my biggest issue with the surplus fund, state fund, just recovering money for people. And what I see happen all the time that I am actively trying to fight. And I wanted to make a video to share my feelings about this because this needs to stop. This needs to stop. And most of you guys are not doing this, but if you see someone that is doing this, I want you to point at them, say something to them, point out that you should not be doing this because this is that bad. You're stealing millions of dollars from people every single year. It's horrible. And I'm going to share exactly what that is in a second. Before I get into that, click like on this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And of course, after you watch the video, comment your thoughts. Have you heard of this before? Did you know people were doing this? And if you have, you know, what can you do to help stop this? Because it's giving us a bad name as a community. It's giving us a bad name as, again, people looking to help other people. Because the people I'm going to talk about in this video, they're not doing that. They're not looking to help other people. In fact, they're doing the exact opposite. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, okay? In fact, I think that's pretty normal and pretty average. I think everyone wants to make money, right? The problem becomes is when you put greed above everything else. And that is what's happening in surplus funds. And quite frankly, that's why I've started this movement, because so many people in surplus funds and state funds are being taken advantage of. So many people that are owed money are being taken advantage of, and they don't even know. And it's now starting to become a bigger and bigger thing. If we don't step up as a community and bring this to a screeching halt, we could see some huge issues in the future going forward with this business model. So let me share exactly what it is. So in surplus funds and state funds, as we all know, what you're looking to do is find people that are owed money, help them reunite with their lost money, and charge a percentage as your fee. Now, depending on what niche you're working in and the amount of money that is owed, you might charge as little as 10%, or even in some cases up to 50% if it's, a $5,000 fund, because, you do need to get paid for your time. And of course, that's totally fine. The issue becomes when people start doing this, and there's a lot of lawyers that do this, but there's also a lot of just regular everyday people that do this as well. So what these people will do is they'll go and they'll find someone that's owed 100 grand. And they'll say, hey, looks like you might be owed some money. Looks like it's only, you're only owed 2 grand, right? The person says, oh, okay, well, can you help me get it? Like, yeah, but it's going to take like 6 months. So how about this? How about I pay you $1,000 now, or I pay you $1,500 now. You sign this contract and you sign it over for me. I'll go through the process of recovering it, and in 6 months, I'll make the 2 grand, right? And they're like, oh, perfect, that sounds great. I get $1,500 now, I don't have to wait. It's almost the same, $500, I can live without that. So they send over the contract, they sign it over, and they don't really know what they're actually doing is they're actually signing over $100,000 worth of funds, because that person's not owed $2,000, they're owed $100,000, but they just signed over the full $100,000, all right? And this happens all the time, and this is why I have fought so hard with all of you, my surplus warriors, to prevent this from happening. This is horrible, right? This is not acceptable, and these people should be sent to jail. I mean, they're just committing fraud, basically. And so as a community, we need to fight against this, because I don't believe in this. There's times where you can do an assignment. You got to be careful with it. The times to do it are in states where you don't need an attorney. And of course, you want to be fair with it. Do not lie to people and tell them that they're only owed this amount when they're owed way more. Okay? And most important than that, don't charge them 99%. Okay? That's not fair. And quite frankly, if you are doing that, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, quite frankly, because you're not in this business to make money. You're the same person that waits until someone's completely trapped in a corner and then gives them the only way out, and the only way out is to give you $100,000, right? I mean, it's awful. And so as a community, I just wanted to make this video to encourage you guys to, if you see anyone doing this, again, point at them and say, hey, that's not right. Okay, that's not good. The reason why it's so important that we expand this movement quickly is so that we can prevent this from happening to people. If you just went through a foreclosure and you get $1,000, you're like, oh, cool. And then later you find out you actually had $100,000. Well, not only are you going to be pissed, but you're going to say, dude, I could have restarted my life a year faster, 2 years faster, 3 years faster. It took me 3 years to get back on my feet because of you, right? We want to prevent that from happening. So I beg all of you guys, please do this business the right way. Please do it in a way that is ethical, that helps people, and most importantly, do it quickly, because we want to make sure that the good side of surplus funds is exposed to the rest of the world first, and not this shady, sketchy side that, you know, is going to give the rest of the movement a bad name. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you heard of this before. If you have, what are your thoughts? And what can you do to help prevent people from being taken advantage of this? As always, guys, like this video. Of course, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video and get your next surplus fund deal closed the right way.